All right, folks, strap in. For the next 9 minutes, we're not just talking about a meeting between a father and a son. We're talking about the industrial-scale nonsense machine that is the modern media commentary, and why takes like Mark Dolan's "Smug Harry Gloats" headline aren't just tired. They are a willful, almost artistic misunderstanding of everything that actually matters. Let's just state the facts as we know them, without the hysterical capital-letter fan fiction. Prince Harry flew to London. His father, the King, is undergoing treatment for cancer. They had not seen each other in person for over a year and a half. They met privately for 55 minutes. Afterwards, Harry went to work, supporting the Invictus Games, the project that is arguably the most tangible, positive legacy of his entire public life. He described his father as doing great. He seemed, by all accounts, in good spirits. That's it, that's the story. But from that, Mark Dolan and his ilk have spun a tale of Machiavellian triumph, of a smug prince gloating over a shock reunion he supposedly won. Let's break down why this take is so intellectually bankrupt, so emotionally stunted, and so utterly profoundly boring. First comma, the reduction of human tragedy to a sporting event. He thinks he's won. This is the language of a football pundit, not a commentator on a fractured family navigating illness, grief, and a very public estrangement. This framing is poison. It turns a father's cancer diagnosis into a playing field. It turns a son's transatlantic flight into a tactical move. It turns a private 55-minute conversation laden with who knows what, apologies, regrets, updates on grandchildren, discussions of health, into a score. Who wins in a situation like this? Does a father win by not seeing his son? Does a son win by not seeing his father before it's potentially too late? The very concept of winning is a grotesque perversion of the reality. The only win here would be a path towards reconciliation. And if that 55 minutes was a step on that path, then the only people who won are Harry, Charles, and perhaps a grandmother and a wife and 2 children 5,000 miles away, who are desperate for some healing in their family. This isn't Game of Thrones. It's a family. A deeply dysfunctional one, yes. A family with immense privilege and immense pressure, absolutely. But at its core, it's a man in his 70s fighting cancer and his younger son who left the system that was making him and his wife miserable. Despite the humanity of the moment, the media framed Harry's visit as a strategic move. Commentators analysed it like a competition. Who won, who lost? This reduces a personal moment to a cold contest. Every action is questioned, every motive doubted. The brevity of the meeting was spun as a snub or a PR stunt. In this narrative, Harry can't win. If he visits, he's criticised. If he doesn't, he's condemned. The media's game ignores the real emotions of family life. Treating hardship as entertainment is a disservice to everyone. It encourages judgment, not compassion. A father's illness and a son's concern shouldn't be a public debate. These moments deserve dignity, not drama. Turning a family crisis into public spectacle comes at a real human cost. Those involved lose the space to process their emotions privately. Imagine facing illness while the world dissects your every move. This scrutiny adds stress to an already difficult time. It makes honest communication harder, as every gesture is judged. Healing needs privacy, not public commentary. The media's focus on conflict erodes empathy and normalizes gossip. We forget these are real people, not characters in a drama. The true cost is the loss of humanity and the right to be simply human. Behind the headlines are people facing life's hardest moments. Prince Harry faces constant criticism, no matter what he does. If he stayed in California, he'd be called heartless. By visiting, he's accused of seeking attention. This double bind leaves no room for genuine motives. For years, his actions have been twisted to fit a predetermined narrative. Whether he speaks out or stays silent, he's judged. This cycle is exhausting and unfair. The media casts him as the rebel prince, ignoring his humanity. Instead of asking what a son would do, they ask how it fits their story. This guarantees endless criticism, regardless of the facts. Media often pits duty against love in royal stories, creating a narrative of conflict. But for any family, these elements are deeply connected and intertwined. Supporting a sick parent is both a duty and an act of profound love. The royal family's public roles are built on strong private bonds. Harry's visit was not a distraction from duty, it was an essential part of it. Love and duty aren't opposites, they actually strengthen each other. Acts that support family also inherently support the institution. We must see royals as whole people, not just mere symbols. Their humanity gives them the strength and resolve to serve. Family love is not a weakness, it's their enduring foundation. As this story unfolds before us, we are presented with a meaningful choice, one that speaks to our values as individuals and as a society. We can allow ourselves to be swept up by sensational headlines and endless speculation, or we can pause, reflect, and choose a path of compassion and respect for those at the centre of these stories. The public isn't entitled to every detail of King Charles's health or the private conversations that take place within his family. Some moments are meant to remain sacred, away from the glare of public scrutiny. Illness is a deeply personal journey filled with vulnerability and hope. It should never be reduced to public entertainment or fodder for gossip columns. It's time to move beyond the tired, biased narratives that have long surrounded Prince Harry. He is more than a headline. He is a son, a father, and a human being with real emotions. Let's open our minds to the possibility of genuine emotion. A son's heartfelt desire to be with his father during a difficult time, regardless of past differences. Empathy means recognizing pain, understanding the weight of private struggles, and respecting the boundaries that every family deserves. The media has a responsibility to report facts with integrity, not to fuel drama or invade personal lives for the sake of higher ratings. A more ethical approach to reporting respects both the public's right to know and the royal family's right to privacy, balancing duty with decency. This conversation isn't just about the royals. It's a reflection of the society we want to build, one where every family, regardless of status, is given the space to heal and connect. Mark Dolan's Inside Story is a fantasy. It's a cartoon. It's designed to inflame the culture war that he and his colleagues have built a cottage industry around. It is devoid of empathy, context, or basic human understanding. The real inside story is this. A son saw his father. The world kept spinning. The real story isn't about winning or losing, it's about whether two people burdened by history and title can find a way back to each other. That story doesn't have a headline, it's quiet, it's messy, and it takes more than 55 minutes. And it is infinitely more interesting than Mark Dolan's tired, reductive, and frankly pathetic take. So Mark, do better. We deserve better. And frankly, this family, for all its flaws, deserves a fraction of the grace we would extend to any other family in the world going through a hard time.